Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a different reading. We've got our spirit animal of independence here. Just saying, so everybody's thinking on their own independently. I'm going to look at what do the DMs consciously know that they've learned on this journey. I've got some questions here. I never do this, but I was instructed to in meditation prior to this reading. So what do they consciously know that they've learned because of you and your connection? What do they think this connection is? Where do they think this connection is going? And what do they want regarding your connection? So let's have a look at this. So thank you, Divine Creator, DMs, higher selves. What can we get as far as these? Oh, wow. Okay, so what do they consciously know that they've learned on this journey? I think you may have seen that so many things just fell out. Divine timing, Wheel of Fortune, gift from God, gift from above, heaven sent, I just heard. So they do know that this is quite miraculous. It looks like divine intervention. It's like they manifested you, you manifested them. They see that you were the answer to prayer. You were what they were asking for. They didn't know if somebody like you would even populate into their reality. But there you were. So that's what they know. You seem to have fallen from their dreams. Interesting. And what else are we getting? Communication has been a theme, and patience has been a theme. So this is what they know. First off, you were that manifestation that seemed to be tailor-made. But they also know that timing is key. Timing is everything in this connection, and it revolves around patience or not. The whole ego dance revolves around communication, the need to know basis, what to share, what is essential, communication in those multi-dimensional levels, from self, from counterpart, as directed by the divine. Those are 3 ports of communication that they are aware of. They are conscious of the way the timing seems to be orchestrated on a higher dimensional plane. Spooky action at a distance, collaboration, energy, that's not their word, that's my word, Spirit's word, for how it just seems to keep coming back around, the magnetic pull, the signs, the synchronicities, just that the divine hand is at play through all the layers, the timing and the communication especially. And I just heard they're learning to surrender to this. That is the tempering process, the temperance of the ego, the alignment with divine will, energetic balancing, all of that. So this is what they have learned because of your journey. They have learned to go with the flow, to be more present, to pay attention to that other layer of reality on a nuanced level, I just heard. So let's get some energetic, let's really quickly get a card that talks about what the feminines are meant to know with what we've just heard. Look at separation in a different light. It came out on this edge, just like these communication and timing cards. Separation is an illusion because it's a teaching tool of the divine. It's not an egoic punishment or victimization or maneuver, game playing. In these divine connections, it's a teaching tool. So divine feminines, you're meant to learn that. And energetically, for my viewer, masculine, feminine, not sure. What can we see for the divine instruction regarding this? Mastery, accountability, and acceptance. Accept it, master it, take responsibility for it, be accountable, see it for what it is ultimately, so that you can befriend it and wield its awesome power. I just heard. Okay, that's amazing. What do they think this connection is? What do the divine masculines think this connection even is? Friendship, certainly. Celebration, certainly. Something that creates a third energy and brings into question all other third energies. Catalyst. It is more than just the love. It is more than just the friendship. I just heard Mother Maiden Crone, which also relates to the meta ways, in the larger ways, the collective ways, the metaphysical ways, that this connection is larger than life. It's got the emotionality. The 3D is coming up, and the 3 of Cups is talking about the energetic, the emotional layer of the 3D. It's all about that, I just heard. So that's what they think it is. They think it is something that shows them the playful truth, I heard, and also the God's honest truth about reality. Interesting. So what can we see? What are the divine feminines supposed to know about this sort of ambiguous answer that the divine masculines are given? We get union and rock bottom, existential crisis, dark night of the soul. These are both in the reverse. So divine feminines, just because your masculine is at this stage of understanding, their eyes are being revealed. They do know there's more going on here than a typical earth relationship. It's part of the journey. This union energy and this rock bottom energy, it's the changing of the guards. We've got this contrast here in the reverse to show it's in progress, it's en route. The old illusion of separation, abandonment, forsaken energy is going away, and unity consciousness coming in. And so this friendly, open, curious, playful, unconventional, emotional energy is the wheel turner. The divine timing. That's what happens when you go from crisis to celebration. There's an intermediate stage. So that's what you need to know about that, divine feminines. Let's see what the energetic cue is we're being given regarding this. What do the divine masculines think this connection is? I just heard they used to think it was too extra, and now they just know it's more than they ever wished for. Okay, Guyanine and Cystocene, commitment, connection, flexibility, and resolution. This is such a beautiful card because the guidebook does talk about this being the third energy. That other energy that is created as a bridge, as a harmonization. And so the divine masculines, you are onto it. If you haven't consciously come to this, twins, just know that these connections are bridging connections. They are energetic connections that heal society, that heal codependency, that show a better way, that balance energy. And they create the harmony, the unity consciousness on the planet, lived through us, transmuted by us, recognized, witnessed, translated, shared, lived. Beautiful. Okay, so where do they think this connection is going? Where do the divine masculines think this connection is going? Where do they think it's going? Where do they think this connection is headed? Ooh. Okay, well, we get from the 3 of Cups to the 2 of Cups, and in this inverse, I'm getting this grounding, anchoring feeling. So friendship, this third energy, this maybe third parties, other people distilling into. So not only is this connection what really matters and the God's honest truth, it's also inevitable that it becomes more of a priority, more of a focus, more of a catalyst, food for thought, and more essential than some third energy. It's as each refine, the divine masculines know that it will become will be brought into focus. I'm seeing optometry gadgets bringing the focus in, honing the focus in right now. Yeah, and we get the Chariot and Judgment. So karma, these both are in the reverse, I have to say. So Judgment is the revelation, it's the reveal, it's the inner workings of the karma, of the new opportunities, and Chariot is moving forward. Both in the reverse, not everything is seen, not everything has been revealed. It's not divine time. The cycle hasn't closed out. Not everything has been healed or learned, and things can't move forward yet. But there is this grounding. When all the cards come out in the reverse like that, we can flip them. So in the next 3 weeks, give or take, there is a energy that is conducive to the divine masculines moving something forward, seeing where it goes, or seeing a deeper truth and recognizing the romantic love, the connected love. So there might be travel for some, meetups for some, moves, big changes that sort the energy, balance it out. Think about it. When we move house or we travel, we are changing the physical dimension to follow the energetic impetus. So it's evidence in the 3D. It's evidence of the love is what I'm hearing. So they do feel like there is this, something's coming, some added layer, some proof, some knowledge, some inner workings going to be revealed. Cause and effect, I'm hearing. So for some, they're going to see things that prove the love. For some, the love will prove that some of these changes need to be made. I do want to say in that sentence that we always on this journey, if you're truly on a twin flame journey, there is a profound knowing that we're not doing it for the twin, but everything we do is in alignment for our own highest and best interest, and that it somehow seems to naturally plunk us down in proximity to our twin. So don't be superstitious about those things, but make sure that you know why you're making moves, why you're traveling, why you're doing certain things, and that it's not just solely for a result or an expectation with your person. And I'm not even warning, because most people that will see this are already in that flow, but just for any of your own anxiety, so that you aren't bullying yourself saying you're doing it for your twin. Know those other reasons why. So divine masculines, yeah, something about movement is showing beyond doubt that the love is here to the masculines. What do the feminines need to know about that? We get, well, the card of communication in the reverse, so it's unspoken confirmation. Something your masculine may not iterate directly to you, that they are still perceiving. And then we get healthy boundaries, strength, humility, ego balance, and twin flames. It doesn't matter. So again, feminines, don't be moving around doing things and orchestrating results. This is, no matter what you do, you're still going to the same spot, to the eventual destiny. So don't sweat it. Do what is right to you for your reasons. Be in balance. Live your life. Do those things. Don't overthink how it's going to pan out. Just do what is true for you in every given moment. That is the quickest path to union. What do the divine masculines, or where do they think it's going? So they do think it's going towards more revelation of the truth of the love here. And they do have faith that it's going to work out the way it's meant to. So divine feminines, match that. That is what you are being asked to also believe is going on here, is you're en route for your destiny. So you can sort of take your hands off the wheel and trust that no matter what you do in your own right, it's going to get you there. Energetically, what can we see? It's a nice amount of trust in the process for both sides on the table here. What can we see for the energetic cards. So these flew into the past, which means in the past the seeds were already planted. We are getting dimensional planes of perception number 3, subconscious awareness, Akashic information, ages old, star-crossed destiny. I'm hearing eons, past lives, all of it. This is multi-dimensional, it's larger than life. We've had that message a couple of times here. And light body expansion, illuminated presence. Turn the world on with this light I just heard. So the twins are about to really show their light, their faith, their knowing on a deeper level, and this energetic backing of the dimensions, of the eons, of the cosmos is fueling this glow. So yeah, there's a bigger picture. You know, the judgment card is before the world, before the ascension. This is the revelation before the uprising. So before the love can be fully engaged with. And so this glow is part of the process, is part of the indication of the becoming I'm hearing. Okay, last question here, and then we'll get into a divine masculine reading. What do they want in this? What is the divine masculine's personal preference or goal or dream or idea or desire or inkling? What do they want? What do the divine masculines want right now? Unconditional love, you cheeky monkeys. Divine masculines just want unconditional love. So whatever they are doing, whatever you divine masculines are doing, living, seeking, vibing, you just want to be loved unconditionally. And isn't that innately what we know to be true love? Is those who love us for who we are, where we are, how we are, and don't expect anything from us and don't pressure us and just celebrate us and think we're great. That's true love. Think of when a child, I've said this before, but think of when a child is asking for love. It's like, look at me, look what I can do. Did you see me? Did you see that? Ah, did you see what I could do? That's celebration. So spot this beauty, divine feminines, and your divine masculines. See what they're up to, see what they are doing on an energetic level, and be stoked for them. That's unconditional love. It doesn't mean that it's against you or compatible or not with you. Take yourself out of there. Just love your divine masculine unconditionally. Love yourself with that same amount of adoration, and have fun with your life. What do the feminines need to know about this? Can we get to the death card, which means necessary endings, transformation, and the connection isn't going anywhere. Just because the divine masculines want unconditional love doesn't mean that they don't want you. No. They want the impossible in the karmic templates. They want to have freedom. They want to feel free. They want to know that they're not being judged, not being wrong for being who they are. They want true compatibility. They want true camaraderie, friendship, companionship, celebration. They want you to be genuinely stoked for them, not as an act, not pretending so that something else can be gained or that sort of a thing. That is codependent, that's karmic, that's BS. So divine feminines, just know that if they're asking for unconditional love here, that just means they want to live and let live. And if that works with a counterpart, that's what they're in for. That's what they desire. And so they haven't let go of the connection, but everybody is ascending, everybody is transmuting and up-leveling and becoming new. Things are closing out and new things are beginning. That does not mean it's going anywhere. It's just in flux, it's just peekaboo. Everybody's still behind the screen, still there, peekaboo. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna clean these up really quickly because I want to use 2 of these decks in the daily reading. Blah, 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 da, 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 da. I'm most of the way through my quarantine, and I am going a tiny bit bonks. It's okay though. Gonna be fine. I'm gonna be ready to dance or something when I'm done. Okay, so let's do some daily divine reading. Oh, just gonna mix the cards up a little bit from the ones we used. Okay, so thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for how the divine counterparts, the DM, is thinking about the connection specifically with their DF? How do they feel about their divine feminine on the heart space at this time? What is their wish? What is the action they are taking towards union, whether they know it or not? What is the biggest challenge on the journey at this time? What's the spirit guided solution for that challenge? And where are the energies going in the near future? Why don't we keep this going for, oh, I'm being told to go to this deck. So for the divine feminines, what else can we know here? Going kind of deep with this. Okay, counterparts, divine masculines, 2111, I just saw. Okay, what are they thinking? So this is two valid truths at odds. Two of Swords is a blockage. It's a dead end because there's a conflict of interest sometimes. Boom, we have a choice. The personal path forward has been identified, and this is kept from you right now, divine feminines. So your divine masculines have worked the puzzle of what they want a little bit more here in the connection. You may not know that. They've seen the deeper workings of something, and it's justified them choosing a path at this time. So they haven't told you this yet. What can the feminines know about that? Okay, so we get, ooh, divine timing. There's that Wheel of Fortune again, and the inner work. So this is twofold. It's mirrored, I'm hearing. They've done the inner work, and you're to keep doing the inner work. And that spins the wheel. When it is beneficial for the counterparts to come into connection on any deepening level, that's when it is in divine timing. It's not conducive to keep bombarding connections when it is time for autonomous processing or integration. That's not loving to keep assaulting and battering the connection if one or both don't want it or can't integrate the lessons quickly enough for it to be beneficial. So divine timing allows these connections to have heating and cooling periods in order for growth. Keep growing, everybody, because that will bring in meetups, communication, getting to know each other more, breakthroughs, more collaboration, forward motion, projects, innovation, super fire, sexual chemistry, lots of things like that. So keep allowing it to anchor by doing your own work. What you do for self, you do for twin. What you do to come into alignment within magnetizes that from your reality, aka your union. What can we see as the DM's feelings on the heart space? Oh, they know you are their queen. Did we not just get this? Was this a personal read? It's all a blur. So many amazing collective personal reads coming through, but the DMs know that you are the one. You are this unconditional love embodied, and they sure do know that your intuition is on point, divine feminines. They know that you are the heart and soul to their higher knowing. It's head and heart here in alignment. Oh, that's a nice message too. So the divine masculines know this is what divine timing feels like to them, is when their head, their knowing, their heart, their feeling are in alignment. It's clicked. It's come into divine timing. We're getting so many things about divine timing. This is what we've laid this foundation for, I just heard. So divine feminines, just know that there has been this very slow and steady foundation. This is a cute message, because look at this masculine. They could get on that horse and ride. It could be faster, but this divine masculine is walking. That is so the seeds can be planted, so that the foundation can be laid. It's interesting because a message came through in 2 private readings today, I know for sure, that the masculines tend to come across as the slower, practical, stubborn ones, if we have a negative connotation, and the feminines tend to come across as the frantic, impatient, emotional ones that express that end of it. That wants to balance out, and there wants to be a compromising energy where it's the right speed, it's the right time. So I'm hearing songs in my head and I can't pull it out to sing it, but it's about alignment and divine timing. Again, the message here. So if your masculine has seemed like they were being too slow, it's because you, divine feminine, have been too impatient, too eager, getting ahead of self. It's a natural tensegrity. It's a balancing act, and reality will follow this give, take, push, pull. So if you want to see things speed up from your masculine, slow down, divine feminines. That's the way this energy works. It's a together thing. It's a unified thing. It's not separate. Separation is an illusion. This is good. Okay, what are the masculines wishing for? To end the anxiety about the eventual destiny here. They just want victory. They don't want you to worry. They don't want themselves to worry. They don't want to lose sleep. Well, ask and it is given, divine masculines. So there is victory here. They've realized that they don't have to have anxiety about this, that it is inevitable. It will happen. It is happening. Being reminded that they are seeing a proof, or a proof is going to be revealed, which means they may have asked for a sign that will show them timing, or that the love is real. We got a couple of days ago on the YouTube reading that they have seen something like that, and we got that again. They just haven't told you yet that they have had a confirmation. So what can we see for the feminines? Emperor in the reverse. So they're letting go of control issues. Control issues cause the suffering, the attachment, the anxiety. Anxiety is an energetic descriptor that shows we are far from what we know to be our preference or the higher truth. When we drop control issues and we have radical acceptance about what is, when we ask to be shown the wisdom, the value, the love in what is, the meaning in where things are at, we drop the control issues and we come into peace. The anxiety goes away because we see that it does not mean our destiny has been dashed. It means we're just on a different part of the journey, and if we drop the anxiety, drop the control, we can see how it all fits into the big picture. That's another major message that's been coming today. This is something the divine has shown me just from having the example of crisis counselors and being aware of that. I remember having this moment where a crisis counselor said, "I'm glad you can see the big picture." And it dawned on me that that is the moment when the crisis has been overcome. When people can see the context, the big picture, when they step out of the immediate 911 and realize the bigger picture. So that's kind of what's happening here. That is super beautiful. So divine masculines are wishing to see it in context, wishing to put down the anxiety, wishing to give up the control and surrender on a faith-based, trust-based, cosmic level, the big plan, the cosmic scheme, the ascension. I just heard to become contributors to the ascension on the planet. Active contributors and facilitators and way showers. Aho. Okay, what are the masculine's actions at this time? Ace of Pentacles, they're doing this not in the future. They see the future and they're doing this in the present. They are starting this. They're uncorking that bottle of celebration. They are stepping out. In the physical, having claimed their sovereignty, I just heard. So divine masculines are preparing to show the world the real new them by making those final changes so that they can focus on being present, being spontaneous, creative in the moment, coming and going freely in that freedom that they have been attaining, designing, attuning to. This is not waiting for anything in the future, but manifestation in real time. So divine masculines are channeling instant manifestation right now because they're in alignment. Good job, divine masculines. So utilize that continuity for your own mission, purpose, abundance right now, divine feminines. Tell yourself all of the beautiful things that can rewrite this trauma story, the heartache story, bit by bit. Seek to know how to put that down and step into joy even more, divine feminines. I'm getting a lot of divine feminines that are more new to the journey coming in here and asking, how do I change this heartache around? How do I manage that bit by bit? This is another beautiful thing that's come through in private sessions today. Take a deep breath, take the first step. Take a deep breath, take the first step. Taking a deep breath calms the fear, the urgency. Taking the first step helps with the overwhelm. This is such a beautiful thing. It's one thing at a time. Be grateful that if you are heart-led, spirit-led, you will be always given that next step. You will always know what that next step is. If you don't ask, again, spiritual law, ask and it's given. Just the next step. Take a deep breath. Take the next step. Your heart will always know the way, divine feminines. What can we see for the biggest challenge for the masculines? 10 of Pentacles, the long-term abundance. We get the 7 of Coins in the reverse again. I think we got this already. Was it in the first message? Yeah, it's not here on the table. So the biggest challenge is having to wait for this legacy energy to ground, having to be in transition, having to go on faith that it's coming, having to know that these one step at a time will result in this, even though there is this gardening, waiting for the crops, waiting for the harvest, waiting for the fruit. Towards this, it's in that period of development right now. So that's the challenge, is the waiting. Divine feminines. So I'm literally getting that divine feminines, it's not that you are stalling this energy, it's that you have a grace period. Things are balancing out right now, and it's time to focus on you, divine feminine, time to focus on what you need to do in your own right. Not because you're being rejected by your masculine, but because this is the energetic way of it. When things pause, it's for one or both of the twins to come into more of their empowerment. So when things are not moving forward, you're supposed to utilize that natural process and focus on self. When things aren't moving forward together, it's time to do any manner of things that are ego self-centered. That is not selfish. That is deeply loving, when we don't sweat the connection in those times and we focus on the things at hand for our own betterment, in our own right, for our own balance. That's our primary connection, our own balance and our own empowerment. We need to do that. That's our mastery, our accountability. You can't come into twin flame union if you have that not dialed in, not as a judgment, just energy doesn't work that way. You won't get that counterpart. You will get a match for this almost energy if you come into union before you are balanced and empowered. You will get somebody who's also not balanced and empowered. What is the biggest, or what is the spirit guided solution for this waiting? Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Victory is coming. We got the victory energy already, and we also got this Ace of Pentacles in the physical, the things in the physical. So divine masculines, that action that you're taking to step out on a limb, I just heard, in the physical, in instant manifestation, channeling, trusting that the Holy Spirit, the backing of the cosmos, has you. As you step out like that, victory is assured. This is just another layer of it. So even if it feels like you're kind of uncertain of outcome, isn't that kind of freeing? Wink, wink, nod, nod, divine masculines. There's victory in that spontaneity. Get used to it. It's a playful, like a child kind of energy in that sense, where you're not having to carry the weight of the world. What can we see for the feminines here? Four of Wands, union and autonomy. So that union is coming, but this is the testing of autonomy, the balancing of autonomy, the motion of it. This is what mastery looks like unfolding. And then the union comes in. This is beautiful. It's a festival and celebration. So that's coming. Be in this energy of being accountable for your own happiness, your own celebration, your own freedom. You are not bound by anything. Stop running your thought processes through ego identification with another, and really relax and come into yourself, so it's just a celebration regarding another. Easy peasy. If it was just that easy, hey? Anyways, that's the message. Okay, where are the energies going in the near future? More transition, more walking away from things, specifically third party, third energies that are not beneficial, things that are not life affirming. Walk away from death energies, walk away from things that do not serve. Let go, go towards true wish fulfillment, true happiness, not the things that the world says, not the things that are there, not the things that have been committed to and we should make them work, none of that. Walk towards true higher knowing, true bliss. Walk towards bliss, not the mediocre energy. Awesome. Keep going, everybody. This is coming into excellence. What can we see for the divine masculine watching? Emotional equilibrium and compassionate non-attachment. There's that temperance energy again. So really beautiful, divine masculines. You are balancing out. Good job staying the course, holding back, not rushing into union, not consummating it before it was due. Divine feminines, what can we see for you? Temple of perfected essence, divinity, honor, responsibility, and humility. Stay in humble service to the divine plan, to the unfolding of this. Keep going, divine feminines. It's a perfected essence. You're coming into the actual embodiment of perfection. You are doing it. Keep going. It is a beautiful thing. Look at how much the colors are harmonious here. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.